All right, welcome to the website review. My name is Matt Ramage, and I have
Daniel
Danny.
Solomon here.
Yeah, welcome. Today we are going to be reviewing Hazelden Betty Ford. So
Nice.
Danny and I have been working in the rehab space for a number of years, so I thought we would talk about some of our clients' competitors, Hazelden Betty Ford. So yeah, this is pretty big rehab in the industry, and yeah, this is their homepage. So we're just going to go through the design, and we'll get into some SEO as well further on in the meeting. So yeah, this is the homepage, and yeah, first impressions, Daniel.
I mean, looks like there are a lot of stimuli. I mean, you got the bar on the very top, and you got a series of buttons on the top, and I mean, it looks clean, it looks modern, looks new. I like
Yeah,
the font choices, but there's just a lot
a
there.
lot. Yeah, that's when I first got to it too, I was like,
It's-
yeah, I
Yes.
mean, we've literally have, we've got this top kind of, we've got donate, patient login, phone number, and then even above that, we've got, stuff, another little headline there. And then we've got top nav, and then we have the main nav. So yeah, just, it's a lot.
Yeah, the second thought for the day, insurance, FAQs, like all of that just seems like it was maybe an afterthought. To add there. It just seems so stacked with with
Yeah.
links. I mean, I get we want as many options as possible to be viewable to the visitor when they get to the site, but I feel like that might be a kind of overkill.
Yep. Yeah, and it looks like, I mean, obviously some of those links are super important, like insurance, but some of those like thought for the day, events, bookstore, you could see those being under different areas. So
Mhm.
yeah, right underneath that we have our main nav, and it's also some people would call this like a super nav. So we've got, as we hover over, we've got a lot of different options. Again, probably a little too much. So we've got a title, picture, then we've got a little block of text, and then we
Mhm.
have several different categories within each dropdown. So
Yeah, I think
yeah, it's
the way that they're doing this super nav with the block on the left to kind of give a quick summary of the section that you're in. I like that. I mean, I feel
yeah,
like it definitely is an improvement on just a drop down with several different categories inside of it.
yep. Yeah, and this obviously is, you could tell this is probably recently updated, virtual care and support. So Recovery Go, virtual outpatient addiction and mental health. I also noticed just on the homepage too, we've got a video screen. Looks like somebody's doing some kind of telehealth. So definitely really relevant to the time right now.
Yep, current.
Yeah, very current, very current. Yeah, another big thing, since they are, I believe they're nonprofits. Obviously, taking donations is super important to them. So they've got, donate button, uh, which we definitely like to see in a different color. Um, that's definitely, it pops
Hmm.
out, but again, I think it just gets lost in just so much. So I would probably, figure out a way to reduce the amount of information that's in this header area,
Yep.
and make this button, just make it larger too.
Yeah. Also, I noticed on your screen, looking at it, the logo is I don't know, it's a little pixelated, and I was just checking if that's your screen or mine. I'm looking at it on mine, and it's a little pixelated too, which is surprising for an organization like Hazelden and Betty Ford.
Yeah, yeah.
So you see the crisp text, but the slightly pixelated
Oh
logo.
yeah, right.
Um, and yeah, that could be an easy improvement just to make everything crisp.
Yep. So yeah, that's obviously in the recovery industry, it's one of the most important things for them, for rehab centers, is to get calls. So we've got a for help call up here. You know, as we scroll down just past this kind of main area, we've also got another call. So yeah, that is, I'm sure as we go throughout the site, we'll see a lot of that. So that's definitely important for users to know that they can call and get help right away.
Yeah, just a note on that top call phone number in the header. So when you hover over it, you're not getting any sort of link indication, right? It's just
Yeah,
regular
no, are you?
cursor. So on mine, it's that text is actually the standard blue,
Mm-hmm.
like link blue, so almost like a royal blue, and it's a link. And so that's a result. I'm on a Mac with FaceTime enabled, so basically any phone number on a website gets turned into a link. So that's just a minor styling thing that the developers could have accounted for, and sort of forcing that white color for the for help call this number link in the header.
Yep. So yeah, and this second one, are you seeing, what color are you seeing that one?
So
For
that
me,
second one is white on mine and green. So they
okay,
did do
some styling
the
here.
exactly. So I think that could be a result of the one in the header is not actually a link, and so they didn't style it as a link.
Oh, okay.
And so the Mac is turning it into a link, and there's no style rule to accommodate that behavior on a Mac. So just
Mm-hmm.
something that should be accounted for. But yeah, the one under the hero does look exactly like I see it on your screen.
Okay. Got it. So obviously, coronavirus, we're in the middle of it right
Mhm.
now, the quarantine and all of that, stay at home. So obviously the big update for them here. So yeah, I feel like that's important information. It's got to be there. They've got a bunch of different important links regarding that. So I feel like that's something they probably added within the last month or so. Um,
Mhm.
so yeah, super important. It's clear title, short sentence, and then bullet points. So we talked about that on the last our last review, as far as people aren't reading huge blocks of text; they're just kind of skimming for what they need, and so this is definitely important to do.
Yeah, one of the things I'd point out just that I noticed on if you hover over the links there in the coronavirus section, you'll see that the color that they're using is kind of a chartreuse or yellow or kind of
Mm-hmm.
somewhere between yellow and green.
Yep.
And so that color on a white background has a pretty low contrast ratio,
Mm-hmm.
1.48, which I believe is below the the ADA recommendations or the accessibility recommendations for color contrast. So that's another, just as we go, these little things that I'm noticing.
Yep.
Is,
Yeah. Good catch. So yeah, you would definitely want to have that be darker, and I know that they're trying to stick with the green in the logo,
mhm.
but um, yeah, I would just probably have it just change from that blue maybe to a black without underline.
Yeah. Do something else where it's not the light color on the white background that makes it difficult for uh, to read.
Yep. All right. Scroll further down. We've got some more important things that they want to highlight. Again, they're definitely talking about the telehealth, more COVID stuff,
Mhm.
and then yeah, block of text here, which is more about the treatment facility. I think probably a lot of this here is done for, we've got some keywords linked. These are keywords that they want to show up for. So I'm sure some of this is done for search engine optimization. Again,
Yeah,
same thing with the links though. They're changing to that green yellow color on the white background, so hard to see.
yeah. One of the interesting things I'm noticing too, which I was looking at on my monitor and I see on yours, is that that entire block of text and the video, you can see it better on the video underneath. Like if you scroll down a little bit to the video, and then just a little bit further. So you see how the video is kind of offset to the right a little bit.
Oh yeah, yep.
This entire section above that paragraph down there is
Oh,
offset
yeah.
to the right kind of strangely. So that was just, again, kind of like a, just a weird, I'm not sure what the reasoning is for that, but it's a little strange when you don't see a video on center. And I didn't notice it with the text, but then as soon as I got done to the video, I was like, hey, why is this kind of shifted to the right?
Yep. Yeah, I wonder if it has something to do with some of the content that they added up above, possibly push things over
Yeah,
a little.
could be. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, large block of text, a lot of content here. I doubt many people are reading through all of it, but
A lot of links.
yeah, a lot of links. And people do skim through, and maybe they're looking for inpatient, and they're gonna inpatient being underlined in a link is definitely gonna catch somebody's eye. So that could be good. Yeah, obviously video is super important these days. So, having a video on their homepage, talking about the difference, what makes their facility different is, really important to have. So that's good. I think, I don't know, if I was to change this video, I would probably get rid of this. Not sure if the whole video is animated, but I think I would much rather see like some people in the video as a starting screen, just so I don't know, I don't really relate to this kind of animation thing, but let's see, it's possible maybe the whole thing is animation.
Yeah, they're using Wistia too, which is it's a nice design choice for the video.
Yeah, I mean, here I just kind of stopped on a facility shot. I would much rather see this nice facility shot than the kind of the starting screen. So yeah, phone number again here. And then we've got some blog highlights. I feel like this could be good to showcase some kind of important stuff, but they do, we get into the important stuff higher up above. So, showcasing these blogs on the homepage might not be that important to the user. This could be more done for SEO. Yeah, another block of text.
Mission statement maybe, or something like a mission statement.
Yeah, it kind of looks like that, right?
Yeah, so typically I feel like you would see that a lot higher on the homepage, but they've got all that kind of coronavirus or current stuff at the near the top of the page. So maybe in non-coronavirus times that
would have been higher up.
It would have been higher up.
Yep. And yeah, these seals here, I mean, to the common layperson who doesn't know the treatment industry, they might not mean much, but it does show, if they're to click through to these, they can find out more. And so this is Joint Commission, also referred to as JCO, and it's one of the big accreditation organizations in the rehab space. So rehabs have to meet certain criteria to be able to have this logo on their website. So that definitely helps with trust for somebody coming to this website for the first time, not sure about Hazleton, but they can find out more on these different sites that they've gotten accredited. So that definitely helps with the trust factor. Yeah, I mean, this bottom area I guess would be called the super footer. It's super long. But I could see it being helpful if I mean, as far as locations go, it's clear like, oh, okay, here's where they are and here's the states they're in. So I mean, just this fact that locations showing them in all these different states, definitely shows me that they're a really big facility. So that might help with a parent or a family member calling for their loved one that's like, oh, this place is really established.
Because they have their header is fixed with all of those options in it. I'm not sure they really need to have that giant, all the links in the footer. The header does disappear for a little while as you're scrolling, but then it comes back as soon as so no matter kind of where you are on the page.
Yep.
Which is kind of odd because typically you'll see it either disappear or stay, but you don't see it kind of come back when you start to scroll up very often. So
yeah, good point. It seems like it almost we're we're open, taking patients, expanding virtual services, this kind of highlight at the top, it almost seems like that might be blocking the nav from showing up all the time, possibly.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that it's on scroll. It's actually covering part of the logo, that block. If at least on my screen,
Okay.
the we're open, taking patients, that kind of announcement block is overlapping the donate patient login for help
Oh, okay.
and the logo. So it's interesting that that's happening.
Yep. I like to see too, when I go to websites and I see this, these highlights at the top or some kind of important news, I like the option that you can kind of, some sites will
Yep.
give you the option to close them. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good thing. Yeah, phone number again listed at the bottom. So they're doing a good job with making sure the phone number's many different places.
Yeah, and that one on mine is the royal blue again,
Oh,
and
the
on yours
blue on
it's
that.
white.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's again an interesting difference. Some they're treating some of their links one way, and they're not consistent in the way that they're treating phone links.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lastly, I guess we've got various social media links at the bottom. Podcast. I don't even know what this one is. The blog. You can sign up for emails, and accessibility, privacy, terms of use, non-discrimination policies at the bottom. So pretty standard stuff.
Yeah, interesting on the email sign up. Typically, you'll see like an email field, but this sign up is taking you to another URL to fill in the sign up form.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like it's far more common to see, just give us your email address and click submit and you're good to go. Whereas Hazelden is, just clicking the sign up button and taking you somewhere else.
Yep. And yeah, when you click that, you go to that other page. I mean, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, they want all this, but it's really, they only want your email, but it's you've got all these different options that you can pick from. So it's for me, I got overwhelmed with all the content on this page, but it's these are just the different email
Mm-hmm.
lists you could join on. So, and it does, yeah, like Daniel said, it takes you to a new page. If I was not that tech savvy, I might be on this page and I might be like, okay, I don't want to, and I can't click the logo up at the top
Mm-hmm.
here to take me home. I might just accidentally, or maybe I get a call and I got to, go take that call, and then I close out and I don't remember the website I was on. So,
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, definitely not good to take somebody away to.
Yeah, probably want to make that pop up in a new tab on the browser.
Yep. Or just take the email on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's click into, if you're a family looking for help for either a child or a loved one, or probably one of the things you're going to look at is different types of treatment. So let's go to say I want to get somebody into inpatient treatment. Let's go ahead and check that out. So yeah, I don't I don't know about this picture. I don't know. Does that speak inpatient to you, Daniel?
I mean, it's
It's
success or overcoming,
yeah,
or
yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of thing is the first thing I think about.
Yeah, right. Good
Yeah.
point. Good point. Yeah, you don't want to have a negative picture, but um so yeah, this obviously, if you're not sure what inpatient is, it looks like we've got a lot of content
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of information about their different programs. Again, the Recovery Go virtual care. So yeah, definitely pushing that throughout the sites. How does detox work? This looks like this might be an SEO link. And a good mix of blocks of text, bullets,
Mm-hmm.
family program. We got more links to different content. So yeah, this is definitely a good page. Lots of content, lots of information. Got links to the various places. So, and then we have a call to action at the bottom here, ready to take the next steps, call us or contact us today on their contact page. So, and then this one's a good one too, what happens after treatment. So, and then another kind of call to action here in case you missed the one above. So yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing to repeat yourself and, get people to call again. Most insurance accepted. I didn't say that above here. So yeah, it's good that they have it again, call down here, but also list most insurances accepted.
Yeah, one small design issue that the phone icon that they're using there is getting cut off at the bottom.
Oh yeah, yep.
So it's the container that it's in on the page isn't quite tall enough. And they have their mission statement again and the logos. So those must be global elements of the site.
Yep. So yeah, let's say we're not ready to call, but maybe we do want to contact them. Let's go ahead and check out the contact page. So reach out today. Block of text. I've got a quote here. So yeah, these lines though, I almost like when I first saw this quote here, and I don't know if the user would necessarily care, but I just saw the lines and I didn't see this underneath the lines, so I was kind of thinking like, whoa, just a random quote. But so yeah, I would probably I would add this within this the lined area.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you really see on this page how the offset comment I made on the homepage seems to be true on the subpages as well, because you can see the main photograph and the content is shifted over to the right just a little bit underneath it. Like the margin on the left margins is a little odd. It looks like it's throughout the site.
Yep. And this is interesting. I don't know if I've seen this, and I've looked at hundreds of rehab sites over the years. All they have right here is just an email, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah, typically there's quite a bit of information to fill out, and that makes it a little bit more. You don't have to give too much of your personal information out in order to start a dialogue with them. So that's nice.
Yeah. Yep. So let's see, what else should we look at, Daniel?
I mean, is there an admissions page or anything like that? That was the first thing when I'm looking, consider, like, if I'm thinking of myself as somebody who might need the service, I'm looking for, something that says admissions.
Oh, right here, admissions. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So it was, I mean, and that's just me, but that was like the first thing that came to my mind is like, where's admissions information?
Yeah. Yep.
And do they have evaluations and that sort of thing on the website? Let's see.
Yeah, let's see. So yeah, we do have evaluation assessments. So yeah, this admissions this is like the main page for admissions, but there's not much to this page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably take some of this content out, or maybe just explain it a little more here. Oh, but let's see here. No, that's this one. So evaluations, assessments.
Yeah, and no, being Hazelden and kind of having access to their visitor, the web traffic data, like I'm sure they're aware of which pages are getting the most positive outcomes for visitors, and so it's probably one of the reasons they've kind of built out the various treatment pages with all those call to actions. And the admissions evaluations pages are pretty light.
Yep.
And a little bit further down.
So yeah, it looks like these assessments here, we can do online tests. We'll click that in a second, but then we can also, they're really kind of hammering home that, ideally they'd want you to call.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, this, I feel like I mean, this is definitely a style thing that's kind of used on a lot of the subpages, but this image is, yeah, it seems like it takes up a lot of real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm on this subpage now, and maybe I'm an older computer user, and I'm like, where's the content? I'm
Yeah,
gonna
what does
scroll.
this picture have to do with anything?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, this looks like, so yeah, just a lot of questions. I would almost, I was kind of thinking when I clicked on it that it would be more of kind of a little more interactive.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was imagining too.
Maybe it was like a yes no thing, and then I could enter my name and email if I wanted to at the bottom. So, and then we've got these, I don't know, this bold kind of, I don't know, bold and bold
Right.
senses kind of, I can see bold for title,
Mm-hmm.
but then these senses in bold, I don't,
Yeah.
a little much. So what about other addictions? It's just a lot of content, and
Mm-hmm.
especially people that are, kind of in crisis mode. They're, you know, probably not going to read through this whole
Yeah,
page.
and then they have to score it themselves, as opposed to being an interactive form. Um, and scoring it yourself might be because of the way they've got things bolded and sub items. Like I'm not sure, um, you know, somebody could easily, complete the test and score it properly to kind of assess, kind of self-assess.
Yep. So let's see here. Yeah, you know what? Let's size this down to mobile and see how we're looking on mobile. So yeah, if you're using Chrome as a browser, you can click the options here, go to more tools and click developer tools. And then you can toggle here between kind of different devices, iPad and different various phones. Let's click the little one bigger. Oh no, that's actually smaller.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Oh,
you
I
see
see
how
what
the
you're saying.
logo, yeah, the logo is getting chopped just a little bit, and
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
missing the top hamburger, the bun, the top bun.
Oh yeah, yep. So yeah, most likely that was, they probably didn't have like a normal message at the top and
Right.
added that in, and it's definitely conflicting.
Yeah, and there's just too much space underneath that, so you're driving all the content down on mobile.
Yep. So yeah, let's see what their menu does on mobile. So yeah, I like the phone option
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
Obviously if somebody's on mobile too, they're going to be,
Yep. Yeah,
let's get
that's
in the
very
phone
nice.
number. Yeah. And we've got the various pages. We've got the donate. Let's see what happens if we. Okay, yeah, we can navigate
Yeah,
to.
click in through. Yep.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah, it's pretty clean. We can do a search. Oh, right here. Inpatient. So yeah, search results.
Mm-hmm. It looks clean.
Yeah. So
There you
yeah,
go.
on main image, probably getting probably could have formatted that a little better. It's kind of getting cut off. It's not as clear on mobile as what it was on the desktop. So, but yeah, we still got the coronavirus. But yeah, it looks like everything's sizing down well.
Mm-hmm.
Site we did last week was not responsive, so you had to kind of pinch and zoom in to look at content on a phone. So yeah, I would probably on mobile, we can probably, click read more. We could probably hide some of the content if we wanted to.
There's a lot to digest on a mobile phone.
Yeah, yep. And yeah, I like on mobile how we're only, we've got the blog homepage, but we're not showing the blog. I think on the desktop there were 6 or 7 articles for the blog, so I like that. It's nice.
Yeah, the
short.
articles are underneath it actually.
They're
Nice
this, right?
blocks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But they're cutting them down, removing the featured image and giving the category that they're in and excerpt.
Yep. So yeah, it's probably nice. I would probably get rid of the blog homepage button then, and just maybe have recovery insights, and then because you're taking up a lot of space right here with that little block, which isn't that relevant to most people that are getting to this site. Got the mission statement again. We've got the logos. With the logos, I'm thinking I might give them some kind of a title, maybe accreditations or licenses or something.
Right. Yeah, and have a really tall footer on mobile.
Yeah.
It's just like their entire site structure expanded.
Yep. So also with these social icons, it's a bit much. I'd probably, maybe pick the most popular ones and maybe move some of the others. I mean, some of these aren't actually even social media sites. Like this is for their podcasts, and I might remove some of them that, just to make this a little cleaner. All right, well, let's take a look at SEO. So first thing I'd like to look at is the title tag. So they've got drug and alcohol treatment centers, Hazelden, Betty Ford. That title could probably be optimized a little more, but it's pretty succinct. I would typically get rid of like common words, so I'd probably change that and to, ampersand sign. Might add a couple locations in there possibly, or even just like maybe, so it could be like drug and alcohol treatment centers, inpatient rehab, or just a few more keywords in there. I think they could do that. It wouldn't be keyword stuffing. Let's look at their description. It looks like no meta description. Oh wait, let's see here.
Yeah, find recovery at the premier drug and alcohol addiction treatment center.
Okay, yep. Yeah. So that's good. You want to make sure that this description is ideally be different on each page that you go to, along with the title tag. So let's click on a subpage and see kind of what their title tag looks like. What is inpatient alcohol and drug rehab? Question. And then they've got Hazelden, Betty Ford, and that's probably site-wide they have that. So, those are 3 keywords. I'm sure they're already ranking high for Hazelden, Betty Ford, so I would probably adjust that so it's not site-wide. So then you could add more keywords to your title tag. Let's see how they're doing for links. So we're going into SEMrush now, one of the SEO tools that we use here at eMarketed. So I know Hazelden's been around forever, and actually Hazelden and Betty Ford used to be, I think, weren't they separate places? Yes. Yep. So they merged, I don't know, like 5 years ago or so, maybe?
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a little while.
So this kind of gives you estimates on, various things. Yeah, so this is pretty decent, showing that 200,000 visitors a month, 417,000 backlinks, and this is more accurate than I would say the search traffic would be. But yeah, we can go ahead and look at some of the keywords that they're ranking for. So yeah, 42,000 keywords. That's
it looks like that you see where the merge happened between January 15 and 16.
Oh yeah, right, right, right. Yeah, so prior to that, they were averaging, around looks like around 900 keywords, and then yeah, they shot up to 16,000 in January. So yeah, that's huge. And yeah, I not looking too deep into this, I would say they've either got some people in house that are doing SEO or they're working with an agency, because I mean this is a pretty healthy. I know a lot of rehabs would die for this kind of rankings. So yeah, lastly, let's take a look at some of their keyword rankings. I'm sure they're ranking pretty high for some pretty decent keywords.
Yeah, a lot of medication there.
Yeah, I thought that. Yeah, I saw that they were back. Looks like specific. Yeah, 24 hours a day. So yeah, Hazleton has a actual 24-hour a day book. But yeah, San Diego outpatient drug treatment. So they're definitely ranking for different cities, along with drug rehab, Naples. So I'm sure they've written like content that are related to what does alcohol do to the mind. So yeah, this pulls up a education piece that they wrote. So this was written 5 years ago, but it's it's still ranking really high.
Yeah, what's the estimated traffic from that that post?
90 visitors a month, or for this keyword.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the efforts that you put into SEO have like ongoing benefits, like long term, getting traffic to the site. Yep.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, AA 24 hours a day, they're ranking number one. So yeah, that's more AA terms. Daily meditation. Let's change it to volume here and see what the high volume keywords are. So Adderall. That's huge. 673,000.
Yep. A lot of drug terms.
Yeah, a lot of drug terms. This shows us what page they're on. So for Adderall, they're ranking on page 25, which should probably be the third or fourth page back in a Google search. So yeah, these terms don't necessarily, ranking for Adderall doesn't mean somebody's looking for treatment, but they might find, let's see what this article is here. So yeah, somebody might be looking for, maybe having some side effects related to taking too much Adderall, or maybe just taking it as prescribed, and come across this article, and then kind of like, oh wow, look, can I become addicted to it, and share this information with their family. And so yeah, I mean this ranking high for this keyword could eventually lead to getting some people in for problems, people with Adderall addiction. So yeah, a lot of different terms: crystal meth, opiates, huge, 33,000.
Yeah, I think a lot of the really high volume terms are things that like people are probably searching for, in like health class in school and college and that kind of thing, like looking up definitions and
Yep.
kind of research is part of education more than people looking for help for those things, I would imagine.
Yep. And so, yeah, so some people might think, well, why do they provide that content? But it is, in the
Yep.
long run, it's definitely good for their brand, and people are getting familiar with their name. I mean, this rehab center is definitely in the industry. They've been around or both Hazleton and Betty Ford before they were merged were definitely leaders in the industry and
Hmm.
known by a lot. But showing up for these different keywords for kids that are college kids, or people that are doing research for these different items, and then coming um, across them definitely helps for branding and name recognition.
Yeah. Authority.
Authority. Yep. So yeah, without digging too deep into their SEO, I'd say they're doing a really good job. I mean, these
Hmm.
articles are you definitely want to try to rank, if you're writing content for, you're trying to target Adderall, ideally you'd want to write, 1 to 2,000 words on the topic. So I would, without doing a character count on this page, I would say they're probably,
Yeah,
in
they're in
the
that range.
in that range. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like all the heading tags look to be correct with the H1 and H2 and that sort of thing.
Yep. All right, lastly, we'll check out speed, and then we'll wrap this thing up. There are different tests, different sites, website speed tests that we do. Let's see here. So last week we used Pingdom. Let's go ahead and try the Google one today. This is called Pagespeed Insights. So yeah, just pop in the URL and click Analyze. Usually takes about a minute or so to complete.
It's showing the mobile first these days, right?
I think so, yeah. Yep.
Oh, wow.
So
23.
yeah, mobile 23 gives you a little preview of what it looks like on mobile. So yeah, a lot of this information, if you're not, super technical, might be a bit much for you, but this is something that you could, hand to your developers and ask them to fix these different things. Dan, do you want to speak to any of these things?
I mean, it's just kind of showing how long it takes. I like the little pictures underneath the first that kind of show
Oh yeah.
in milliseconds, like kind of how long it takes to the page to load, because that's kind of what you see in a split second, going from the first image to the last image, but it's kind of showing the different load stages for that content. Um, and yeah, I mean, it just gives you suggestions for what you could do to improve that score.
Yep.
It looks like there might be some easy items there, but this is a pretty big site, pretty complex site. So some of these might be more uh, more of a workload for a development team than a simpler site.
Yep. Yeah, and obviously, you driving somebody to your website, and if they're clicking, and especially in this case with this type of business, you want your site to load super fast, so somebody's looking for help can get the help they need. And if the site loads slowly or for some reason doesn't pull up right away, then they're going to click back and visit another website. So, um, so yeah, let's see what desktop. I'm sure desktop's higher. So yeah, desktop closer
Mhm.
to, we've got almost 80%. And yeah, we've got that kind of time to load. So yeah, it looks like that. I'm sure that image on the
Yep.
homepage is a larger image. All right. Well, yeah, if you've watched this far in, I appreciate your time and taking the time to tune in and watch our website reviews, audits. And yeah, if you have a site you'd like us to go ahead and review, please submit it at review.emarketed.com and we will talk about it in future sessions. So thank you so much for listening.
All right, thanks.